Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things. Today's question comes from one of our curious viewers, Stargazer Dan. Thanks for the suggestion, Dan. You asked, why do we call it a shooting star if it's not actually a star? If you've ever looked up at the night sky, spotted a bright streak of light, and made a wish before it disappeared, you probably didn't stop to think, wait, was that actually a star just yeeting itself across space? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But the name shooting star has stuck around for centuries. And today, we're finding out why, right here on Explaining Everything. All right, let's clear this up first. A shooting star isn't a star. It's actually a meteor. Not the big world-ending kind you see in disaster movies, but a tiny bit of space rock or dust that decided to crash into Earth's atmosphere at ridiculous speeds. We're talking up to 160,000 miles per hour. That's faster than your Wi-Fi gives up during a Zoom call. When that speck of rock hits the atmosphere, it burns up from friction and creates that bright streak of light we all love to stare at. The whole thing usually lasts less than a second. So while it looks like a star is zooming across the sky, it's really just cosmic debris meeting a fiery end. And these aren't rare either. On a clear night, if you're patient, you can see several meteors every hour. During meteor showers, that number can jump to dozens or even hundreds. The sky becomes a celestial light show. No tickets required. But here's the thing. If it's just space dust burning up, why do we call it a shooting star instead of, say, a burning rock of disappointment? To answer that, we have to rewind to a time when people didn't have telescopes, satellites, or Google to fact-check the sky. Picture this. It's thousands of years ago. You're an ancient human chilling by the campfire, staring up at the stars. You don't have street lights, so the night sky looks incredible. You notice all those twinkly dots and assume, quite logically, that they're tiny fires or heavenly beings. Then suddenly, one of them moves. You'd probably freak out too. To ancient people, stars were believed to be fixed, eternal, unchanging. So when one suddenly zipped across the sky, it seemed like something extraordinary was happening. Some cultures thought it meant the gods were sending messages. Others thought it was a soul ascending, and a few thought the stars themselves were alive and occasionally went for a jog. The Greeks were some of the first to record shooting stars, or what they called falling stars. Philosopher Ptolemy even claimed they happened when the gods peeked down through the heavens and accidentally let a few stars slip out. Imagine being blamed for dropping a star. That's ancient clumsiness on a cosmic level. Over time, different cultures put their own spin on it. In some traditions, a shooting star meant good luck or a wish granted. In others, it meant someone had died, or that the gods were angry. But the common theme was always this. Something divine or important was happening. No one looked up and said, "Hey, that's probably just a rock hitting the atmosphere." Fast forward to the late 1700s and early 1800s. By this point, telescopes existed, but scientists were still debating what meteors actually were. Some thought they were atmospheric phenomena, like lightning. Others thought they were chunks of the moon. And then there was a smaller group yelling, "They're from space!" And everyone else laughed at them. That changed in 1803 when a meteorite shower hit a town in France called L'Aigle. Thousands of stones fell from the sky in broad daylight. It was like the universe dropped a big "I told you so" right onto the scientists' heads. After that, the idea that meteors came from space finally took off. So by the 19th century, scientists had figured out what meteors actually were. Small bits of space debris entering Earth's atmosphere and burning up. The name shooting star, though, had already been around for centuries, long before the science caught up. It was simple, poetic, and easy to understand. And let's be honest, meteor doesn't sound nearly as romantic. You don't hear people saying, "Quick, make a wish on that atmospheric friction event." Even after we learned the truth, the name shooting star refused to die. And honestly, that's probably for the best. Meteor might be scientifically accurate, but shooting star is just fun. It captures the feeling of wonder we get when we see one streak across the sky. That fleeting magical moment where the universe feels alive. Language isn't just about accuracy, it's about imagination. Calling it a shooting star reminds us that we used to look at the sky and see stories, not science. It's one of those phrases that stuck because it feels right, even if it's technically wrong. Plus, think about it. A shooting star is a lot more inspiring than random space dust incinerating itself. Nobody's making wishes on that. The name keeps the mystery alive, even though we now know the fiery truth behind it. So, why is it called a shooting star, even though it's not a star? Because ancient humans looked up, saw a mysterious flash of light, and tried their best to make sense of it. The name stuck through centuries of storytelling, superstition, and science. Proof that sometimes our first guesses become our favorite ones. It's not a star, but it shoots across the sky like one. And maybe that's enough, because whether you're a scientist or just someone making a wish at 2 a.m., there's something timeless about looking up and seeing a streak of light that makes you believe, even for a second, that the universe just winked at you. If you enjoyed this video, or if you are now wishing that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other binge-able channels. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.